You were supposed to defeat the wizards, not join them. How could you dare do and partake in such an atrocious act of heresy? Well, fun, scary voice. Sometimes you just gotta give in to the dark side, and I had fun doing so. Blasphemous! You, the invader, the red person, you're supposed to defeat the wizards, not join them. Well, it sounds like you're already running out of things to say, because you just said the same thing twice. I do not concur with you. What you are saying, you are supposed to defeat the wizards, not join. Yeah, you can stop right there. Okay, fine. I'm going to leave now. Anyways, yes, what is going on, YouTube? My name is Scrub the Tarnished, and I am Elden Ring Invader. Here we have some wizard content. Yes, it is a level 150, just pure mage, just pure wizardry going on. And my goodness, playing as a wizard is Elden Ring Invasions on easy mode. It is literally just easy mode invasions, and all you gotta do is just press, well, in this circumstance, because I'm wielding two staffs, just press R1, or if you like to wizard with your staff in your left hand, you can just wizard with L1 then. But just a lot of R1 spamming, and so yeah, I'm not even trying to hold back on being fair with the wizard build, because like wizards are the bane of my existence, and so sometimes like you gotta reciprocate and do the same thing and just be unfair as a wizard. So yeah, so the way my spell slots are set up, I always have Carian Slicer set up as the first slot, because if you hold up on the D-pad, it will automatically rotate all the way back to your first spell slot. So, and then I have Carian Piercer, because sometimes those two sorceries combo into each other. So you can hit like the running R1 with the Slicer and then go instantly into the Carian Piercer, and it does enormous damage. And so I have the Carian Regal Scepter on my right hand, and the Ash of War spinning weapon is actually super memey but fun to use as well. If like I can't get any like sorceries off on people, I'll just hit L2 and just spin my staff in their face and kill them. And then I have the Lusat's Glintstone Staff, which boost the damage of your sorceries, but I don't cast with it, because when you cast with it, you're going to be using a little bit more FP when casting these things. So yeah, so Carian Piercer, it has a good amount of range, and you know I had to go for the Frostpot finish, because I just love hitting people with the Kobe Bryant. So yeah, I've given into the rope-feeded pot. Like 99% of players deserve the rope-feeded pot. I promise I'm not a toxic person in real life. It's just this game, especially when invading, it brings the worst out in me, and so like I feel like I need to take a break from invasions for a little bit. Luckily, I have plenty of content to schedule out until like the beginning or like middle of April. And I don't know. I might just like take a. I'll probably be taking a break until I have enough, or until the time comes where I need to start invading again. So, or for content purposely. But yeah, no, it's just that I've been spending too much time playing invasions, and it's fun because I love making builds, and I love finding different play styles and figuring what I like to play the most as. I mean, wizardry, it's pretty up there, but I still haven't found like the build, but wizardry is up there. So yeah, I just for the sake of my mental health and doing adult things to actually be a man that participates in society, I gotta come back on the invasions a little bit. So yeah, long build up just for Tyler, the host, to go down in one comment. So yeah, another fun thing about being a wizard is that you could just like charge up a spell, and then you could do like a solid 1200 damage to people. But the reason why I went for the host first is because I saw that moon veil, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm just going to give them the treatment. So we just one-shot Tyler to death. And so yeah, But Zamora Ice Storm is also really good. I love it when people try to rush me, and if I have the spacing right, then I'll just hit Zamora Ice Storm. And people don't know. I don't understand. People just love to run into it. People, like, even when they're getting stunned by it, if they accidentally do run to it, they still try it to pursue me and like walk into it, even though they're continuously taking damage. So it's just like, I don't understand. So Zamora Ice Storm is definitely necessity. So yeah, here we are in the consecrated snowfield. I did not know that there's a red wolf of Radagon in the consecrated snowfield until I invaded these guys. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I knew there was like multiple throughout the game, but I didn't even realize, like, out of my almost 2 years of playing this game, that there's one in the consecrated snowfield as well. So yeah, not only do I have Zamora Ice Storm that has a good like AoE, I have the Gavel of Haima, which has pretty good hyper armor. I know I'm pretty squishy when it comes to being a wizard because I have 80 intelligence, and so you got to sacrifice some other stats. So I sacrificed endurance, and I have like a weak amount of like strength and dexterity. So yeah, I didn't even realize that there is a red wolf of... Wow, that's hard. Red wolf of Radagon here. Remember when I said about like rhoticism, like the inability to properly pronounce R's? That was definitely a rhoticism moment. But yeah, here we are back at, with Billy Rubina. You can obviously tell right here that they are upset about my transgressions and throwing the rote-feeded pot on them, because they just instantly wanted to go target me and not give me a chance to like buff up or anything. So I was just like, oh, okay, somebody's a little salty. Somebody's a little salty. So yeah, I love seeing players that are salty like that, because I get to, if I killed them once, then I most likely will kill them again. So spinning weapon, so it has a little bit of hyper armor apparently too, because if I was able to hyper armor through that running or L1 with the dual curved swords, then it's just like, dang, that's pretty nuts. I don't have the Shard of Alexander, but I felt like if I was using the Shard of Alexander with spinning weapon, I would absolutely drill this guy to death. So yeah, so Billy Rubina thought he was all tough and stuff, you know, trying to, you know, rush me with his dual curved swords, but I got the win. Shout out my wizard teammate for also doing some wizardry with me. But yeah, Billy Rubina, get good. So yeah, it's fun when people try their best to get revenge on you, but they simply just do not succeed to do so. So yeah, this is a longer invasion, but it's definitely worth showing. So we have a bleed build and then a blasphemous blade user. But they were supposedly nice. At least they greeted me properly by giving me a spin and a bow. I'll definitely take the spin. But yeah, so what I've been recognizing when it comes to invasions is timing. I need to work on my timing and spacing. Well, mostly my spacing, because like, especially with things that take a moment to cast, like Zamora Ice Storm. I have the Carrion Shield, the Carrion Ice Shield with Carrion Retaliation in case I need to do some wizard parrying, and then I have the Raptor Talons in my offhand, on my right hand, and I can just soft swap to if I need to use melee for whatever instance calls for it, because I mean in this invasion I go through all my blue juice. I need to pop a few Starlight Shards, and so while I'm waiting for my Starlight Shards to replenish my FP bar, I might as well just break out the Raptor Talons, which have a really good running R2 to R2 combo. And then the R2, like if you just do two R2s, they combo into each other, which is crazy that the game would allow that with such an amazing weapon. It shreds. So I always have to have that in my second right hand slot. So yeah, but no, I'm still working on like pacing and like figuring out like when my windows to attack are. But one thing I've been figuring out, like for example, I should have waited to cast that and right there too, because I thought I'd be able to like hyper armor through it, but you can't really hyper armor through your cast as a wizard, unless you're using like Gavel of Hymo, which I honestly should have used in that circumstance, where I tried using Zamora Ice Storm twice. But deviating what I was saying, yep, there we go. Thank you, past me, for listening to future me. Funny how that works, right? But excuse me. But no, one thing I've started incorporating is just like, so in like Call of Duty Zombies, if you're going against like 100 zombies that are chasing you at the same time, just like gather them and like run around, like just run in circles. And so what I've started doing, and what I've noticed what other YouTubers do, is like they don't like to keep the players in one spot. Like, you kind of have to just lead them around the map and then allow them to split up from each other, or like at least get a little bit of separation on each other, so you can find opportunities to attack. Like here, I have no idea how Luna managed to live through all this chaos. This part was pretty chaotic right here. But yeah, no, it's just good. It's good. It's not good, actually, to stay huddled up, especially if there's a team of 3. So, like, especially just keep it moving, allow them to, you know, lose their, like, coordination, I suppose, as a team. Because typically a lot of ganks don't want to leave their little spot that they're ganking at. Like a lot of first step gankers, like when I try to lead them out of the area, it's like there's this little hole, like right next to that little like cliff or plateau, whatever you want to call it, that I like seen other people lead gankers into, and they're stupid enough to let their TikTok brains not recognize that there is a hole right there. So I haven't had that experience of like leading people into the hole, but it is what it is. But I don't know, a lot of like Limgrave gankers don't like to leave their little spot, so I was lucky that these guys were willing to follow me wherever I wanted to go. So it's like, come on you guys, time to follow me into the PvE. I know it's Altus and it's at level 150. Like I know people at Altus are usually at like level 60 to 90, I suppose. I could be wrong, but it's like mid-game stuff, so they're not going to do a lot of damage to the players, but they definitely do serve as a good distraction. As you could see, I was able to wizard spam Comet and, you know, let Luna suffer to the hands of my Comet. So, yeah, shout out Luna for replenishing my Estus and my blue flask. So, yeah. So it's good to bring players into the PvE areas if accessible. The players that I despise the most are those that clear out the PvE area and then they start actually like ganking or like taunt-tonguing in that area. So yeah. But another spell I have is not only Star Shower, which is absolutely busted, because not only even if all of the like the little pews don't hit, like at least 1 or 2 will, and when all 5 of them do, it does enormous damage. Oh yeah, but the talismans that I have on this, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I also have Night Maiden's Mist, which is a really good, just like zoning spell to have. Raptor Talons, by the way, Raptor Talons, get absolutely shredded, dude. Good try, both of you. GG's, well played. I gotta give them the bow at least, because it was a worthy challenge trying to get these guys out from their little gang spot. But okay, so I have Godfrey's icon and Radicon's icon. Rada icon. Wow. So I have that faster cast speed, and then I can charge up my spells as well. So you could do that with like a majority of the spells that I'm using. And then I have the 2 Graven Mask. The 2 Graven Mask School Talismans, or whatever they are. The one that slightly boosts your sorceries, and the one that greatly boosts your sorceries. So I'm doing big damage numbers. It is fun playing as a wizard because of big damage numbers. So yeah, because of big damage numbers, we were able to cannon of Haima someone to death with 1 cannon of Haima. So yeah, here we are at Celia, Town of Sorcery. Very fitting place for me to be in. I'm curious. Okay, so like, a lot of people have been speculating that to get to the DLC, you need to not only kill Mogwin, but also kill Radon. Because, like, it makes sense, because when... Well, Actually, you know what? No, I don't know why you would need to kill Radon in to get access to the DLC. Like, to get to the parts of the underground, to like where Nokron and Noxtella and the Deeproot Depths, like, you need to, you know, kill Radon so it opens up the skies again, and then the star comes crashing down into where Limgrave is. If you haven't played the game yet or haven't gone that far, I have no idea why you're here. Go and play the game. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't understand why we would need to kill Radon to get to the DLC, because you can just do Vare's questline of becoming a bloody finger and then getting to Moog and then just go to the DLC. Or if you want to be a little bit more patient and get through the game and then finally wait till you get to the consecrated snowfield and then go through that portal, then sure. But I don't know. I'm sure, I don't know. The DLC is going to answer a lot of lore questions, which I'm excited for. So yeah. Yeah, another spell I have is Carrion Phalanx, which is fun because it kind of scares people to challenge you, and then you could just turn your back on them, not lock on, and then, yeah. So, very worth having, and I love it when other people use it because I just kind of like distance myself and then pull out the parry shield with Carrion Retaliation, let them approach me, and then I parry their Phalanx, and then I have Phalanx things myself, and then I rush them, and then I'm like, haha. It's like the Uno reverse card. So yeah. So with my spell assortment, I wasn't sure. Like, I'm not sure if this. I don't know if there's really considered like an optimal way to like line up your spells, because there's a lot of sorceries in this game, but I don't know like how people like to lay them out in their spell attunement slots or whatever. So yeah. Shout out the doggy Gowry, is that his name? Gowry's little dog, for helping me out here. It was definitely of help, and it definitely provided a little bit of a distraction. So yeah, I was able to Carrion pierce the Phantom to death, and yeah, so GG's to the Phantom. Remember when I said I was not gonna record dialogue to end my day? Well, I'm doing what I said I wouldn't do, and I haven't changed my schedule yet, and it's almost midnight, and I'm recording these videos, or at least like recording the dialogue or the monologue, the commentary, and I'm getting tired, so therefore it's like my words are not wording properly. I thought that was so funny because I didn't realize that Carrion Piercer had like a lingering effect to it. So the host, like, they dodged it, but they also like started walking into the piercer, which was lingering, since it kind of thrust out for a little bit. So I thought that was super funny. So it was unfortunate, but I mean, I learned something new too. So yeah, here we are back with Billy Rubina, 3 for 3. You already know what's gonna happen. Shout out the Red for not intervening with this fight, because like if it was just a 2v1 against Billy Rubina, we would have won, and I wanted to go 3 for 3 to show like who's best at the game. And so I know Billy Rubina definitely looked like they were about to get the win right here, but I don't let in that easy. So I know I got him with wizardry the past two invasions I had with him, but I have a secret weapon on this build, which is the Moonveil. And yes, I am going to do a build that's just pure Moonveil. It's just nothing but Moonveil, and then maybe like I might power stance it with like a cold infused Uchikatana, just for thematics and like theme. But it's just going to be pure Moonveil, and just pure bully, because with the Moonveil, it's just an easy Estus punish. The Moonveil is so busted. It's the one weapon that pisses me off the most when other people use it. And it's just like, it's an easy Estus punish, for example. The reason why I was able to, like, well, I guess, spoiler alert, I win this one, is because of Moonveil. I don't know. It's just I wish the transient moonlight wasn't. I don't know. There's just so many things I don't like about Moonveil. But when I start using Moonveil, it's like, oh my gosh, I love this weapon. This is nothing's wrong with this weapon. You should totally keep it for how it is from Soft. But there's a reason why Michael Zaki wanted to keep this weapon in here. Everybody needs a crutch, and so yeah. So there are plenty of close calls in this invasion. The one mistake that Billy Rubina made was drinking their blue flask. So get shit on Billy Rubina. Do better. Shout out this red for being nice and allowing me to go for the 1v1. So I was able to get 3 for 3. So I am the superior player, even though I was playing as a wizard. It doesn't really take a lot of skill to be a wizard. So yes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my wizard. His name is simply just Wizard. And yeah, we got 80 intelligence, 25 dex, plus the Radagon's icon for that quick cast speed. And then I got 26 mind, 15 endurance, and the Preceptor's crown or whatever, the hat. It gives you a little bit more mind. So it's like plus 3 mind for the cost of stamina. So yeah, definitely worth having though, because you know, if we're just going to be spamming L1, might as well have as much mind as we can get. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like and subscribe and leave a comment what build you want me to try. And I love you. Be good to yourselves. And I hope you have fun with whatever you're going to do after you're done watching this video. So be good to yourselves. Okay, bye.